Wow, what a crowd. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to In the Green Room with Patrick Koestler. I'm your host, Patrick Koestler. Now, I know everyone talks about it, so we're going to talk about it. How about this weather? Earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, and floods. I believe the locusts are due here Tuesday, right after lunch. A couple of weeks ago, an earthquake centered in Virginia was felt up and down the East Coast. 5.8 magnitude on the Richter scale caused building evacuations and mild panic among millions. So I designed and built this. This is what we call a portable doorway. So, you know, if you're out and about and an earthquake hits, what you do is you just put this over your head and, you know, you protect yourself. All right? So a little closer to home, there was actually a second quake. Its epicenter was in Hopewell, New Jersey. Now, this wasn't really reported in the media so much, but there was some rather significant devastation. Now, Vinny, can we get that picture up? So our thoughts and prayers are with the families affected by the terrible devastation of the Hopewell quake. If you'd like to make a donation to those affected, please send your checks to our studio. Make all checks payable to Citizens Aligned to Save Hopewell. That's C-A-S-H. Now, this Hopewell quake was investigated by the U.S. Geological Survey. As it turns out, Governor Chris Christie had finally started his exercise program. So recently, Hurricane Irene came up the East Coast. Lots of flooding, rain, all sorts of stuff. At one point, it was estimated that 2.2 million people were without electricity. Now, this is going to explain all those babies named Irene in a few months. And finally, one last comment on the weather. With all the flooding, the tornadoes, the devastation caused by these hurricanes, I think I'd rather have another earthquake before we had another hurricane hit us. Oh, Lord, no! No! Please make it stop. I'll go to church more. I'll donate more to charity. Oh, wait, stopping on its own. Forget what I said. I'll catch you on Sunday, big guy. So, on tonight's show, Master Networker, Matt Levy.
Yeah.
Mark Toman on the dulcimer hammer. And our tribute to International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So how about that earthquake, huh? That was crazy. I think we're starting off tonight with viewer mail. Vinny, send in the woman. Thank you, Shelley. So we actually have viewer mail tonight. And this is from Evan from Monongahela, Pennsylvania. Anyone know where that is?
No.
Near Intercourse.
It is not. It's actually out near Pittsburgh. Monongahela is one of the 3 rivers in the Pittsburgh area. This comes from Evan, and actually he wrote it in green crayon. Luckily one of our interns has retyped it for us so I can actually read it. Dear Mr. Patrick Koestler, my name is Evan and I am almost 6.5 years old. I saw your first show on the computer and have a question. How do you travel to all those places so fast? Also, you are famous and must know Santa Claus. For Christmas, I would like a new bicycle or a dog or a Nintendo E3. Can you ask Santa for me? Evan. Well, Evan, first question. How do we go to all those places so fast? Through the magic of television, we don't. We bring them here. So here we are in a green screen studio, but we can go wherever we like. We can go to the North Pole, visit Santa Claus, go to the South Pole, find some penguins. Or where we can go where I like to go, the Caribbean, and find whatever you like in the Caribbean. Normally, Evan, I wouldn't do this, but I am famous and I do know Santa Claus. And I have spoken with Santa on your behalf. And you know what? You asked for a bike or a dog or a Nintendo. You know what we're going to do? And I have full agreement with Santa on this. You're going to get the bike and the dog and the game system and a trip for your entire family, parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, to Disney World for a week. And Evan, that is guaranteed from Santa this year. So what I want you to do, go brush your teeth and get to bed. Okay, you're gonna have a big end of the year. That ought to teach some parents to let their kids view whatever they want on the internet. Something strange happened to me earlier today. We were sitting here, we're checking lights and audio and all that good stuff that we do pre-shoot. And luckily the cameras were rolling. Vinny, can you roll that? Who writes this crap? Vinny, we need to do a rewrite.
Sure, whatever.
Who are you? Who am I? Don't I look familiar? Well, yeah, but you're not too bright, are you? I'll make it easy for you. I am you. You're me? What did I just say? How did I get stuck with this bozo? What do you mean you're me? Listen here, Einstein. I am you. I am your inner self. What are you doing? Just checking something. What? Don't you believe your own eyes? I don't know. Oh boy. Well, they did warn us about this in training. Perhaps this will help. Let me introduce myself. Little Patrick, CIS. I can't read this. I guess I understand the little Patrick part, but what's CIS? Certified Inner Self. What does that mean? Between you and me? It means I took some courses online and paid $400 to take some BS certification exam. But don't tell my boss. I did get a raise out of the deal. So what are you doing here? How come I haven't seen you before? We'll get to that. But who dresses you? What, this? I got this in a gift shop. They're a huge hit. We've sold one so far. But are you just here to bust on me? What if I did this? Is that any way to treat someone who's here to help you? You're here to help me? An inner self only shows himself when a person is in need. A certified inner self, like me, is only assigned to the most worrisome of cases. Why am I considered especially worrisome? Well, we were surfing the net the other day. We saw your first episode on YouTube. You thought it was that bad? Let me explain. And I'll go slowly so you can stay with me. Remember that I am you. And if I thought it was that bad, that means you thought it was that bad. So, overall, what did we think of my performance in the first episode? Well, honestly, overall, it can only best be described as a $2 hooker. A $2 hooker? Yes, a $2 hooker. Not very pretty, and you just barely got the job done. So how do we take this from $2 hooker up to high-priced call girl? You know, something that Charlie Sheen would be proud of. Great question. Glad to see you're finally using that rocket scientist brain of yours. What you need to do for this episode is...
Yo, Patrick, who are you talking to in there?
Ooh, I got a jet.
Levy!
Thank you. Like many Americans, earlier this year I was laid off from my real paying job, not this gig here. After 14 years of service, various positions held over the years, increasing responsibility. Whatever euphemism the consultants come up with, I end up here looking for work. Now, we have with us tonight someone who is an HR executive, a career coach, an author, a speaker, and a master networker. That's Matt Levy. Matt, welcome to the show. Now, Matt, many years ago, when I had finished my doctorate, I was coming out of graduate school. Finding a job was all about looking through the newspapers or the trade journals in your area, writing a really crisp cover letter, printing your resume on some fancy paper, mailing it away, and just hoping like hell someone would call back. How have things changed?
Things have changed, Patrick. That technique is called posting and praying, and it just does not work in the current climate. Instead, Patrick, you really have to get out there and network, network, and network. So
networking's the key. Tell us about networking, Matt.
Well, Patrick, the idea is to build rapport and credibility with individuals in your sphere of influence.
So you're saying I'm pretty much screwed?
Yeah, that's right. Based on what I've seen so far, yes.
Hey, I'm the comedian here.
But there's hope.
Okay. How can networking help someone like me who's actually looking for a job? Paying job, not this gig.
Well, Patrick, truthfully, there's what's called a hidden job market. Only a few percentage points of jobs are actually posted on job boards like Monster and Career Builder. Instead, the vast majority are filled through networking. Individuals reach out to others and say, who do you know? And your job is to tap into that and be the person they turn to.
Okay, so how does someone like me or anyone who's looking for a job tap into this hidden network?
Well, you got to start by building a contact list. Those are individuals in your network that you already know, and you need to speak with them and explain that you are seeking new directions. And from there, with a target list of companies, you can get to 2 and 3 degrees of separation and find yourself networking and talking with people in hiring capacity.
So, who am I looking to network with?
Well, there's a saying that goes, where you think you're going to get the most help, you'll get the least, and where you expect to get the least amount of help, you'll find the most. So first and foremost, you need to really have an inclusive list of friends, family, acquaintances, suppliers, vendors, folks that you've worked with, obviously. And networking can take all forms, that's for sure.
Now, how do I network? Do I just call them on the phone? Do I stop by their office? What do I do?
Well, I'll tell you, Patrick, it really gets down to building rapport and credibility.
Okay.
You don't want to just go up to somebody and say, hey, I'm unemployed, I need a job.
Okay,
right?
That's good to know.
Right? They're going to run in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
Right? People want to build relationships, they want to build rapport, they want to build trust, and that's what you need to do as a networker with an eye towards networking to find your next job.
I see. Now, years ago, and I'm talking back in the dark ages when I entered the industry, I had a Rolodex on my desk, and I had business cards of people that I'd shaken hands with them, so I knew them. Are people still using the Rolodex? Are there other tools available?
Well, I hate to tell you, but most of the folks nowadays don't even know what a Rolodex is.
What?
Yeah, instead, much of what occurs happens online nowadays. In fact, LinkedIn is really a virtual Rolodex that people in the know are taking advantage of in a big way.
Ooh, virtual Rolodex. That's interesting. Tell me more about this LinkedIn thing.
Right, well, LinkedIn is the professional site for networking. It does have a social media component to it, but it's growing by leaps and bounds, Patrick. There's one new user every second, up to about 110 million people are on LinkedIn.
Wow. Now, is this Facebook, or is this Facebook for adults?
Well, it serves its own niche. It's professional-related networking, and that's why it's really key for job search.
Okay, I see that. And so, electronically, you become connected to these people? And is there a magic number one needs?
Well, there is a critical mass. The pundits would suggest that you need at least 143 connections to really start your network, to make your network work for you. I wouldn't stop there, though. But you need to reach out to first folks that you've worked with, folks that you've interacted with, and then from there you can reach out to folks that you haven't even gotten in touch with. You just need to make sure that you approach them in the right way.
And that's electronically or face-to-face or what?
Well, it could be through LinkedIn, it could be through email, it could be through phone calls and face-to-face. Ultimately, it's important, though, when you're networking from a job search perspective, not to be a computer jockey. You need to utilize the technology, but really, people do business with people, not with computers, so you do need to get out there and network face-to-face as well.
So you need to get out there, and a couple of guys well-dressed like us probably have no problem sitting in big rooms and pressing the flesh, so to say. Are there more non-traditional ways for someone who's not comfortable wearing a business suit?
Well, there certainly is. It's definitely important that you first seek out professional organizations in your area of expertise, network with those folks, but you can also network where your passions lie. There's individuals that are getting involved with all different aspects of hobbies, actually. One thing I'm into is cars, so you could even network like at a car show or something like that.
Okay, a car show, and we got some tape from one of your networking events. Vinny, can we roll that tape, the car tape? Patrick Koestler here at the C3 event, Cars, Careers, Coffee, and is that all three? Maybe not in the right order, but we'll fix that in post. Anyway, I got Russ, Charlene, and Canute.
I'm an all-American boy, and I drive an all-American sports car.
The beauty about driving fast, as everybody can attest, I'm sure, is it gets you places. There's nothing worse than driving at 55 miles an hour. It's got the M shifter, it's got the sport bucket seats, the lowered suspension. I mean, it's got really everything, and particularly the stick shift.
The one thing that BMW sucks about is putting in cup holders.
Cup holders are not part of the German mentality. Beer might fit into the newer versions.
Bunch of motorheads in the family.
Absolutely, yeah. When I was not old enough to drive yet, I was working on engines with my brother.
What's that really long thing down there in the middle? Is that the Johnson rod?
That is the Johnson rod. I'm surprised that you knew that.
An awesome car. That is a Ford GT. Only 4,000 or so made. How you doing with the babes with this thing?
You know, my wife hasn't even driven in it yet.
Have you ever had the occasion where women will just gratuitously flash themselves at you while you drive by?
Every day.
Every day. We need to get one of these for the show.
I went nosedive into the puddle and I got stuck.
What weighs more, you or one of these tires?
I think one of the tires. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can do that.
Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. This thing is awesome. Let's try not to kill anybody. The hell was that? I think that was a Corolla. Traditionally, a sports car, it's either the mistress or the sports car for the midlife crisis. And you chose?
Both?
Woo-hoo-hoo! So, Matt, two things from the video. One, sorry about the Porsche. That was actually Matt's Porsche.
Them sort of breaks.
But it did give me experience of being a U-boat commander. And the other thing is, I noticed the young lady with the Royal Wave, and I believe that's the name of your ebook, right? Tell us about your ebook.
Oh, thanks, Patrick. Yeah, I do have a 70-page ebook out. You can download it off of my website. It's intended to give practical tips and inspiration for individuals that are either out of work or those that are trying to actively manage their career.
Okay, now I also understand you're a career coach. If someone wants to hire you, how do they contact you? Do you have a website?
Yes, Patrick, you can go to cornerofficecoach.com, or you can hit me up on LinkedIn, Matthew Levy, or you can hit me up on Twitter. That's mlevy7 is my handle.
And you give a discount for internet TV hosts, I understand?
For you, we'll work something out.
Excellent, excellent. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Enjoyed it, Patrick. Thanks for having me.
ladies and gentlemen. You may remember from our first episode, we had implored the public to provide us with some music. Tonight we have with us Mark Toman and Tim McKenzie.
Told me nothing I can say could help you ease the pain, and there's nothing I can do to make it go away. And when the night comes crashing down like a tidal wave, you're hoping it will pick you up and wash you away, wash you away. Didn't mean to let you down again. It really wasn't what I planned. I know it's hard to understand. I didn't mean to let you down again. It's a lonely, desperate time, trying to make your way, never really knowing just what to do or say. And when the icy winter winds cut you like a knife, and the cold hard years roll by, eating up your life, eating up your life. I didn't mean to let you down again. It really wasn't what I planned. I know it's hard to understand. I didn't mean to let you down again. I know it's hard to understand. I didn't mean to let you down again. I didn't mean to let you down again. Really wasn't what I planned. I know it's hard to understand. I didn't mean to let you down again.
That's an original McKenzie, I understand, right?
Yes, that is.
Right? So this is like Toman and McKenzie, like Lennon and McCartney?
The beginning of that, baby.
Right? Beware of the Yoko.
Oh,
Yeah,
always.
Beware of the Yoko, indeed.
So tell me about this. We don't see a lot of these.
No, you don't. This was invented about 2,000 years ago in Persia, which is Iran now.
Okay.
It's basically an inside-out piano.
Okay.
All right.
And it's fully chromatic, or is it diatonic?
Well,
Or diatonic.
it is fully chromatic.
Okay.
I have every note known to our way of making music.
Okay.
All right. And it goes across a whole bunch of octaves, and I could play in any key.
Any key?
The way it's laid out.
Can you play F sharp?
I can play an F sharp right there. F sharp chord.
How about a B flat? How about a B sharp?
A B sharp would be a C.
Ah,
I see that.
that's right.
Indeed.
Now I gotta believe you just don't pick this up one day. You were out sick. They were handing out instruments. You came in the next day and this was left. Is that right?
I wish it was that easy. A long time ago, I went to a bluegrass festival, right?
Okay.
And I saw one of these. Some guy named Walt Michaels. Okay, he's got albums that he's famous, I guess.
Oh yeah, we've had Walt on the show
Yeah,
several
right.
times.
Yeah, I remember that. So I saw him playing, and I was digging on it, right? So then my wife comes up with a smaller one for Christmas,
Okay.
right? So I had it for years and years and years, and then, eventually, I met up with some guys in Lambertville and started playing regularly. Okay, because
Dulcimer hammers.
Hammer dulcimer.
Hammer dulcimer.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
any
a dulcimer that
screwdriver-
you hit it with
Any
hammers.
screwdriver dulcimers?
I have
Pipe wrench
actually,
dulcimers?
I have used a pen because I had one gig I showed up where I only had one of my sticks. I don't know where the other
How
one
do you
was.
lose one stick?
So I had a stick and I had a pen, and you could really use anything with it.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this?
If you're very careful, you can hit it just right.
It's like a slide board for the dulcimer.
There you go.
Oh, I could sell you that.
I'll make you a deal afterwards.
All right. All right. Thank you, fellas. Great seeing you.
All right.
Hope to see you back
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you, and we'll be right back. Thank you very much. September 19th is coming up. That's International Talk Like a Pirate Day, where we commemorate pirate speak. Yes, just like that, around the world. Now, this day was started by Captain Slappy and his friend Old Chum Bucket, and I think it was probably two guys who were probably drinking way too much one evening. Anyway, it's an international internet phenomenon. Check it out, and here is our tribute to International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Vinny, roll tape.
A fine job of steering the ship. Yes, fine job. Where were you when the ship went down? I was in the front watching the whole damn thing down. I was drinking rum. So now what are we going to do about the ship? We ransacked the land that we're on, and we steal and we rummage and we take everything that we need to take. Oh, sounds like a plan. It's your fault if it goes wrong then. Ah! It looks like we got a metal thing here that goes across the river. Maybe it's a bridge. Don't put your hands on me. We know if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be in this state. Do you remember the one in Singapore, the one with the hand and the hand? But how does that remind you of the one in Singapore? I believe it says what we're supposed to use to tie bottles of rum to our waist. We go like this. That's a very nice one. Loop it over the top like that. Look, perhaps we can see where we can find passageway into it. Oh, magic pretty color bear thing. Please do tell me where I can find another pirate ship. We shared good times, my man. Jack, I will miss you. We have our cannon. Yeah. Yeah. That's right! This is our town! Come on, we're having got all day! This is as bad as the
This is Patrick Koestler from In the Green Room with Patrick Koestler. We're here in New Hope today, where pirates have besieged the town.
You just said, get down, closer. It's going to go.
So we're here today. We're speaking to the captain of the Pirates along with his first mate. Captain, where did you come from?
Came from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yes. Yes, by way of Minnesota.
Where did you Pirates come from?
We're not pirates. We're just misunderstood.
September 19th is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Captain, can you comment?
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh yeah, it's all over the internet.
The
Internet. You may have heard of
Is
it.
that like where you catch the fish? That's what it is.
Well, that's a net.
Catch the fish. That's the net
It's
that
a
went
net.
down.
That's the net that
That's
went
the
down.
net that went down with the ship. Look, there's a Tabahanas. We have been in search of Havanas for quite some time. They even have the parrots. They even have the palm trees. And we even got the coconut.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The two pirates have decided to make their home here in New Hope at Havana's. Havana's Restaurant, where they'll be performing most Fridays from 9 to 11. Back to you, Patrick.
If you're gonna be walking around town wearing a shirt like that, I would assume that you could do a mighty fine R.
You're not wrong.
Give me your best R.
You got it!
Come on. Like he just came home late and drove over the daisies.
Oh, well, that's something different. Okay.
Do you have a good R?
Can you give us an art?
R.
How about a
Are ya horny?
Arr. Come on, make me afraid. Arr. Okay, I'm afraid. Arr. Arg. Arr. Arg. Arr. Arg. Arr.
Best beloved. How is that?
Wait, you're not very scary, are you?
No.
Arr. Come on, like you've just taken over New Hope. Thank you, and no pirates were harmed in the filming of that video. That's all we have tonight. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time on In the Green Room with Patrick Koestler.